Welcome to the Localpreneur Show, a podcast dedicated to featuring community-based entrepreneurs, the principles they live by, and the success they're having making a difference in the world. Here's your host, Austin Kane.
Welcome everybody to another episode of the Localpreneur Show. Super excited to be here today and share a story of AquaTerra Outdoors, how they're impacting their local communities and some of the things that they're doing to give back and help change the lives of the people that are around them. Today's guest is Dan Mobley, again with AquaTerra Outdoors. They're over in Carrollton, Texas. So it's nice for us, not too far for us. We're right outside of Dallas as well, so this was a little unique for us. But Dan, I'll turn the mic over to you here for a second, and why don't you tell everybody kind of who you are and a little bit about the company and some of the things you guys do.
All right, cool. Well, thanks again, Austin, for having me on. I appreciate it. So yeah, AquaTerra Outdoors, we're a design build firm here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We cater to mostly high-end residential clientele. And being design build, we handle pretty much all aspects of outdoor projects, whether it be landscaping, flat work, pools, just the outdoor environment as a whole. I heard somebody say recently that we handle everything from curb to fence, and that's about accurate. If it's outside the walls of a house, it's something we enjoy designing and constructing for folks.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's great. I mean, especially, down here in Texas, we don't have too many months that we can sit outside comfortably, but, at least swimming and being able to hang out and have a good time, and kind of creating that oasis for people to enjoy their lives outside of work and those sorts of things. So,
absolutely.
That obviously changes the lives of people. So, I'm glad to have you here, Dan, and that's what the show is all about. If you're listening for the first time, the Localpreneur Show, it's all about highlighting these home service, these residential, these local companies on how they're making a difference in their communities and how they're impacting the lives of the people that are around them, and just ultimately how they're giving back in some form or fashion, maybe outside of their normal service work that they do and the normal working hours. So Dan, we'll jump in here. Let's talk a little bit about your organization and the impact that you guys are making in your local community. What are some of the things that you guys are doing, or maybe charities or organizations that you guys are partnering with to really just help kind of make the Dallas-Fort Worth area a better place?
Yeah. So direct community impact is it's something that we're passionate about. Our mission statement, it's in there, so I'll go ahead and state what that is. It's to create unique and timeless outdoor environments, lead the outdoor industry in design, construction, and management, provide extraordinary service, and create lifelong relationships. We want to cultivate people of passion and integrity. We want to grow profitably. We want to give generously. And whenever clients, approach us and ask us to donate to a charity or to provide a service for a charity, obviously, we want to help. It's part of who we are. It's part of what we do. We try to live by the golden rule: love God and love others, in all facets of not only our business, but our personal lives as well. And getting more into the latter part of your question about who we work with, there's a host of different ones, but I would say that the top three that we've worked with recently are Spirit of a Hero, which is another local charity, Frisco Fast Packs, which obviously is in Frisco, and then the Treasured Vessel Foundation, which is also up in the Frisco, Plano area.
Okay. And how did you come across those, or what are some of the things that made you guys want to partner with them, and what are some of the things that you guys do with those organizations?
Well, they're all very different organizations, and we try to help, however we can. As far as how we come across them, a lot of them are just from, or a lot of the knowledge of those charities is from being plugged in the community. Also coming across several of them through church. The Spirit of a Hero is an organization for disabled veterans who are, not only physically hurting, but also mentally and emotionally as well. Frisco Fast Packs, they help make sure that no kid goes without lunch during non-school hours in Frisco. So they deliver meals to those two schools that then distribute it to the kids. And then Treasured Vessel, is an organization that it helps single mothers who have been in abusive relationships. Just kind of helps them to feel valued, to feel wanted, to feel to feel their worth. So anything from donating time, money, we've also donated event space for Treasured Vessel in the past, just for like they'll take the ladies and have like a day of pampering and like a night out and things like that. So we try to help out with those as we can.
Very cool. Very cool. And I think, you're checking off a lot of boxes there with some of those organizations. Women and children and veterans. I couldn't think of, any better, groups that, you could be giving back to just help, to better them. And obviously the youth, you're shaping the minds of the younger people, and the women they've given back, and they've done so much for the community, and veterans, obviously, we all know what they do. They risk their lives so that we can live ours. So, I think it's great that you guys are partnering with those and many more organizations of just being able to help out and make the world again around you guys a better place. Just interacting with those and maybe some of the projects you guys have done, just what's the general impact that you see being made? I'm sure it's a no-brainer, but just what do you see from maybe the people in your organization that are involved and or the youth or women or veterans? What's just the general outcome you see from these events that you guys do for them?
Yeah, I think anytime when you're helping somebody else, you're gonna feel that impact, right? As I mentioned earlier, we're big on the golden rule here, and selfishly, it feels really good to do something for another person, right? Especially when that person is somebody that is in need and really needs that assistance. Once you do it one time, you kind of feed off of it and you seek out more opportunities to help those folks. And I feel like we've been very blessed, both personally and professionally, and we just have a desire to share that with others.
That's great. No, that's awesome to hear, and I completely agree. And we'll shift gears here, and I know this might be a little different, but a lot of the home service companies we work with or talk with, sometimes a company or maybe even a friend notices that their next door neighbor's roof is leaking, or they don't have power, or they're living without heat, whatever it might be, and a company goes out and just out of goodness of their heart takes care of that project. I know it's kind of building outdoor oases and pools, it might be a little different and more sought out. But any kind of story that you guys might have where maybe you just went a little above and beyond, you knew the project needed to be done, and maybe there just wasn't the means to maybe complete it. Any stories like that you want to share with everybody here today?
Yeah, a couple of years ago, this was pre-COVID. COVID's kind of shifted around some of that stuff a little bit, but the Spirit of a Hero organization, we had the founder, Rick Turner, reached out to us, and there was a gentleman whose name's Brian Aft. He is a double leg amputee, and obviously in a wheelchair, having a really hard time getting from his back door outside to play fetch with his dog. And when I say backyard, it was, he lived in a suburban neighborhood. It was just fine, but the backyard was literally just like a dirt patch. So Rick reached out to us, and we went out there, visited with Brian, saw the site, saw really just, is it livable? Yeah, but given his constraints and also just what he had done for, sacrificing his life for our freedom, our owner Tal was like, man, we've got to do something about this. We need to knock this out of the park. So we got on the horn and contacted a lot of our vendors, a lot of our subcontractors, and we're able to really assemble the troops and go through the full design process with Brian. Really treat it like it was a a regular job for us when we were doing it pro bono. And it ended up being about probably about $150,000-$160,000 project that we did for him. And again, just with having all of our subs and our vendors helping on that, we had great participation from them that really made that project possible. But it was, outdoor kitchen and synthetic turf backyard, landscape, new fence, pergola with lighting and fans underneath, and just a really cool project. It was really cool to just see that, before and after, and to see that what an impact that had on Brian.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, I'm an outdoor guy myself, so I mean, I can only imagine, just going from maybe what he had to now what he has. And that obviously changes the lives or changes his life, and he can enjoy, that outdoor space, every single day, and not have to worry about the other constraints that he was worrying about. So, obviously that's awesome for you guys to be able to do that and pull other people into it and help him out in terms of just, helping his livelihood by making his backyard a better place. So, kind of shifting to the last topic here, Dan, obviously you guys are doing a whole lot in the local community here in Dallas, and, kind of spreading your resources across these different avenues. But let's talk more a little bit about your organization itself, and what's kind of the general impact that you guys are making on the people that are within your organization. What are some of the things you guys are doing to maybe help them be better personally and professionally, maybe in terms of teaching them how to go off and start their own business one day, or maybe someone has kind of grown the ranks within your industry, your business, maybe just tell a little bit about your organization, how you guys help your employees be better, and maybe if you have a story about someone who's really kind of climbed the ladder, tell us about that too.
Yeah. So as I mentioned it earlier about, trying to live by the golden rule, and I think you'd be pretty hard pressed to find a company that values employees as much as AquaTerra does. I've worked at several organizations, and I think probably listeners of yours, and maybe you even have friends at workplace that work at institutions that tout a family type atmosphere. And I haven't really truly seen that played out until working here. It's very much a family friendly place. On days when school's not in session, but we've got to work, it's not uncommon to see, several kids up here, awesome. And drawing, playing around, doing whatever. Just a real good family atmosphere. And I think when everybody sees a generous spirit, a generous attitude coming from our ownership and the leadership team, it has that trickle down effect. And something that we, when we're interviewing people and we're looking for new folks, we focus on, their heart. Is their heart in the right place? Are they, kind of more of a servant mentality? We're in the service business. But are they looking to do those things willingly and help other people out while they're doing it? We've got several, we're not a big shop by any means, but we run lean, and we all wear a lot of hats, but we've got several folks that have, started off as a technician, and now they're running multiple construction jobs, and it's just really, it's cool to see that personal growth that everybody experiences. We're also real big on continuing education, a lot of certifications. Our owner is, I've never seen him turn down an opportunity for professional or personal growth. If it's, somebody comes across some kind of a leadership training they want to do, and they'll, send it through the proper channels. I've never known it to get declined. We're big on taking care of our people so that they'll take care of the folks that are our clients.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I think that's exactly right. And I think, you guys, running the organization the way it should be, then your employees follow suit, and then obviously, your customers get to see that, and then more and more customers get to see that as you guys get to exemplify all the things that you guys are living and breathing on a daily basis. So, well, then, glad we could have you here on the show today. And, I hope I see you around and we're not too far away from each other. But anything else that you wanted to leave with everybody listening here before we wrap up the show today?
I think it about covers it. I really appreciate the time, and I appreciate you getting us on here and letting us spread the word about some of these good charities and organizations that we like to work with, and hopefully somebody listening will help out as well.
Yeah, absolutely, Dan. Well, hey, thanks for sharing your story and getting everything out there. And hope you have a great rest of your week.
Thanks. You too, Austin.
Thanks again for listening to the Localpreneur Show. For more of our daily content, feel free to check out Josh or Austin's LinkedIn.